this thing looks ancient. It is almost worn slick. You can hardly identify that. We're gonna flip it over. 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to Coin Quest. Coin Quest, of course, a series where I take $25 boxes of pennies like this one and look through them and search for coins that I can use to fill up my collection, which I have right here. Coin Quest is an 8-box series and we are currently on box 7 out of 8. Now if we go ahead and take a look at the book so far, we have filled up just about everything, starting with the most modern coins and going back to the older ones. This page is completely filled. This page is almost completely filled. We just need one more here. And then going back, it gets a little bit more and more sparse as we get back into the wheat pennies. Now of course today, as always, we are going to be using the official Quin Coins coin roll hunting placemats. These are placemats that I designed and they show you just about every single type of coin that you can find in a small cent roll. And if we take this placemat and flip it over to the back side, we can see a score sheet that we use to score our boxes. We use these in our competition hunts, but we also just use them to score our Coin Quest boxes. We have all the different points that you can get for the different types of coins that you can find. So it's a nice little reference sheet to use while you're coin roll hunting through your pennies. Now to just give you a quick idea of how I use this placemat, once I'm finished going through a roll of pennies like this, I have it on the placemat and I can just easily pick it up and slide it into the box that I have down below. It just slides right off, no big deal, and you can continue searching right after that. So if you want to pick one of these bad boys up for yourself, head on over to my website at quinscoins.com. I'll put it down here, I'll put it up here as well, and links will be in the description. So with all that being said, it is now time to break into our first roll of the $25 box, and today guys, I have a big surprise for you because we actually got an ender. I always check the ends on these rolls to see if there's anything on the ends of the coins. That always makes a really good starter and a good video because that's a really good indication that the box is going to be nice. If we look at this one here, this actually looks like it might be a really old wheatie. It could be pre-40s. So we're going to go ahead and break into this roll live. I always open the first roll live on camera from every box that we do in the Coin Quest series, and this is no different except that we already know that there's going to be something good. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that ender right there. It was showing the wheat side up, so we don't know what the date is yet. You can see that coin looks really worn down, so I'm really excited to see what this is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's not as old as I thought it was going to be. It's just a 1942. We do already have that one in the collection, but it's going to count for 5 points on the box. Definitely going to bring the score of this box up right away, right off the first roll. And we haven't even broken into the roll yet, so hopefully there's going to be some more in here. I see what looks like a Canadian right there. That is not going to count for points because we get a ton of those here in Michigan, but we're definitely going to hold on to it. There's another one right there. That one's a little bit older. It's a 1976. And we're going to go ahead and go through the rest of this roll and see if we're going to find any more old coins. Also going to be looking out for anything else that you see on this placemat, but it doesn't look like this roll is going to have anything else old for us, so we're going to go ahead and get into the next roll, and I'll turn the camera back on when I find something good. So after opening that first roll, I realized that I forgot to put my glove on. I always put one glove on when I'm going through these coins because they're super grimy and they get your hands dirty, so you definitely want to be wearing a glove or two if you're going to be hunting through pennies. They're probably one of the grossest coins to be handling all day. But guys, we just got into a roll here, which was, I think it was just 2 later, and we already have an awesome coin. I'm seeing the date of it already, so I know that this is going to be a really cool one right here, guys. Check this out. 2 rolls later and we got a 1936 wheat penny. It is very difficult to find those pre-40s wheats. It looks like this is going to be a good box because the wheat pennies that have come out so far have been in that era, 36 and 42, and it turns out that we don't have this coin in the book either. So I'm actually going to go ahead and flip this over in a second to see if it falls into that key date or low mintage range. So I'm going to put that aside for now. We'll go through the rest of this roll and see if there is anything else in here. I did see this coin which I wanted to pull out real quick. It's not going to be worth points or anything, but it is a nice looking 1973. So I'll put that one aside for sure. That's an old coin to be looking that nice, so definitely going to want to pull that one aside. But it doesn't look like from first glance that there's going to be anything else in here. So I'm going to go ahead and slide those off of the placemat. I'm going to dump this, and then we will flip it over to the back side and see if we are in that low mintage or key date range. So I'm looking for 1936. It looks like the Denver and San Francisco mints are there, but we're not seeing the Philadelphia mint, and it's not showing up over here either. So it's not going to be worth any extra points, but it's worth 10 points on our score sheet because we count 10s, 20s, and 30s for 10 points rather than 5. So that is an awesome find, and it's going to the book, so I'm happy about that. Let's get on to the next roll. All right, guys, I didn't even have time to turn this thing over. I just got into the very next roll, and we see a wheat bag back, coming out super shiny, in excellent condition. Look at the condition on that and the toning as well. That is a nice looking coin. I'm gonna guess that this is somewhere in the 50s because you just don't see them come out that nice from those older dates. I love the toning on that. You can see that nicely in the light. So we're gonna go ahead and flip that in 3, 2, 1. And it is a 1955, guys. That is, as many of you may know, that is a date that has a crazy air going on with it. It is a double die 1955. This is not it. You would see it on camera. It's very easy to pick up. This is definitely not the double die. But we're gonna go ahead and check and see if we have that one in the book yet. Actually, it looks like we don't, guys. I'm a little disappointed. It looks like it has some grime around the sides of it there. And of course, it's not the double die, but it's something that we need in the book, and it's definitely got some nice toning on the back. I love looking at the back of that coin. So we're gonna put that one in the book. This is turning out to be an awesome box already, and I'm super happy about that as well. We're gonna actually go ahead and look through the rest of this roll while we have the camera rolling. I see a couple of Canadians there. I think we might need that one. That's a 1999. By the way, guys, I am putting together a Canadian book as well, so I'm going to be looking for Canadians also. And there's another 1999. We just got 2 out of that roll. And I think that is it for the roll, so we'll get on to the next one. Alright guys, I don't know what to say. This box is just giving me a wheat almost every single roll. We are on the very next roll right now, and I just pulled out this pretty gross looking coin right here. It looks fairly old, and I haven't seen the date yet. It looks like it's a 1949 Denver. So that is another wheat penny. I'm gonna have to check the book. This one's super beat up. 49 Denver. We need it, guys. Check this out. I'm gonna actually go ahead and show you this page because this is what we've been filling out. We just put in that 55. You can see this is the most modern wheat page right here. So we just got a 49 Denver. We don't have any of the 49s yet. So that is an awesome find. And then earlier we put in that 1936 right there, which turned out to be in really nice condition. So we just got another one for the book. I think that's 3 in a row. Now we're gonna go ahead and look through the rest of this roll, see if there's anything else in here. And it doesn't look like there is, so we will put a 3rd wheat in the book for today and get on to the next roll. Alright guys, I don't think I've ever had a coin roll hunt go so slowly before, but I'm not complaining because we have to stop and film every single roll because something good keeps coming out. We almost made it through this one without getting anything, but it turns out that there is a wheat penny in there. It came out wheat side up. I saw the wheat ears and I turned on the camera. This one looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Let's go ahead and flip it over and see what we have here. Another 1942, so we already know that we have that one. I think that's actually one of the most repeated dates that I've found in these boxes so far. So we'll go ahead and put that one to the side, and that is the end of that roll, so there's no going forward with that. But we'll go ahead and get on to the next roll and see what else we can get. Okay, so that did a complete 180. I just got into the next roll, and normally I wouldn't film a roll where I didn't find anything, but that's just broke our streak right there. And as you can see, pretty much every single coin in this roll is zinc, which means it's after 1982, so nothing good in that roll at all. I'm gonna go ahead and dump those and we will get on to the next one. Okay guys, so for whatever reason we just went on a long streak of not finding anything. I think it's been about 5 rolls since I got anything good, but this roll is already blowing me away. I can see 2 wheats in the roll. This is the first one I flipped though, and this thing looks ancient. Take a look at this, guys. It is almost worn slick. You can hardly identify that as a wheat penny, but check that out. We're gonna flip it over, and I'm guessing 10s on this one. This has to be old. 3, 2, 1. Yup, guys, 1919, and I think I see a mint mark too. Look at that. I think that's a Denver mint mark. Yeah, that's definitely Denver. It's not San Francisco. I think 1919 San Francisco is one of the easier old San Franciscos to get, so I'm happy to see a Denver on that one actually. We're gonna flip this over in a second and see if that's gonna be either a low mintage or a key date coin, but first I wanna check out this other wheat penny right here, guys. This one is in much better condition, probably quite a bit newer, and we're gonna go ahead and find out right now. Yep, 1957 Denver. We definitely already have that one. That one comes out quite a bit, but that's a 2 wheat roll, guys. And I'm gonna just check really quick here to make sure that I didn't miss anything before I dump these coins. Now we're gonna go ahead and dump these out, and we're gonna check on the back here and see if that's gonna be either a key date or a low mintage coin. So let's take a look. First, we're gonna start in the low mintage. 1919, nope. So it doesn't look like any 1919s are here, and they're not up here either. So 1919, just not a very rare year to find, but I don't think I've ever found a 1919D, so I'm super happy about that. I know I found the plain before. I think I had a buddy who found the S in a video that we did together. It wasn't me though, but we just got the 1919 Denver, and I know I need that one in the book, so I'm super stoked about that. All right, maybe this showed up on camera, maybe it didn't, but I accidentally just dumped the 1919 into my box of pennies down here. And luckily it was right on top. I had to fish it out real quick though. I can't believe I just did that though. I dumped it, but I did find it, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you where it goes in the book. Right here next to the 1919 that we already have. So like I said, I did find the Philadelphia before, and that's where the Denver goes. If we get an S, that'd be so awesome. They'd be literally the only 3 coins on this page. That'd be really funny. But that's an awesome find. I'm looking forward to what's in the rest of this box, guys. Let's find out. So I actually just checked my red book on the 1919 mintages, and as you can see up here, the 1919 plain is by far the easiest to find out of the 3. The 1919S comes in at 139 million, so that's not too difficult either. But we look at the 1919 Denver, and it is almost in our low mintage, below 50 million minted category. It's at 57 million, so we got super close on that one to having a nice high point coin, but close, no cigar. So 1919 Denver, that's definitely the best coin we found today. So we'll go ahead and keep looking and see if we can beat that. So we're about 3 or 4 rolls later, and I haven't had anything super notable. I'll show you a couple of things that I found in just a second here, but we just had a wheatback pop out in this roll right there. So we're gonna go ahead and check this one out together. This is another really nice looking coin right here. So I'm guessing it's gonna be 40s or 50s, but we'll go ahead and see what it is. And it is another 1957 Denver. So like I said, that one comes up quite a bit. We'll go ahead and put that one to the side. And there's this really weird looking coin right here. This looks like it's been in the ground. Looks like someone found that metal technique. I think it's a 1960. Man, if that was a small date, I would actually need that in my collection. I'm actually gonna put that to the side and examine that a little bit later, because I might actually need that one, and it might be the best that we have for right now. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a second here. Just look through the rest of this row real quick. And that is going to be it. So here's a couple of things that I found in the last few rolls. Something of the Canadian variety, which I'm dropping around right here. This is a young head, and these were minted from 1953 up through 64. This is one of the later ones. It's a 1961. So we count those for 5 points. I already have that one in my collection though, so not going to put it into the collection. Then we got a couple of 2009s. These are special just because they're low mintage coins, and they have some designs on them. These happen to be the same one, but there's actually 4 different designs. If I go ahead and dump these coins real quick and flip over to the other side of this placemat, and I can show you that there are 4 different designs of the 2009, and those are all right here, and we just happen to get 2 of what is known as the formative years. Unfortunately, they are both Philadelphia, so we don't need either of those in the collection. We will put those to the side right now, and we count them for 1 point a piece on the box. Okay, so a couple rolls later on this roll, I sort of thought about stopping and filming this before I even spread the coins out to see what there was, just because this looks like it's gonna have a load of copper in it, and where there's copper, there's a chance for finding lots of wheat pennies. But when I flipped this coin over, I saw that we already have a wheat penny. We got yet another 57D, so that's our 3rd one on the box so far. But I have a feeling that there's going to be another one in here, just because there's so many nice copper looking edges here that, well, here we go. Actually, this is something different that I wasn't expecting. There's a 2009, and it's actually not a formative years. That is the professional life, I believe is what that one is called. So we'll put that one aside. That's a nice condition on that anyway. We don't need it, but it's cool to find. And there is a Canadian. It looks like an older looking Canadian, but it's a 1973. So that's a copper coin as well, by the way. And man, that one I thought was going to be a wheat penny for sure, but it's just a 1964. So it looks like there isn't actually going to be any more wheats in this roll. Lots of copper though. If you're into collecting copper, this would be a roll for you. But why don't we go ahead and get on to the next one, and hopefully we'll find some more. So we're about 3 rolls later now, and we just flipped out another wheat penny. This one's coming out wheat side up as well, so we're going to get to reveal that date. Very nice looking coin, probably going to be in the 50s if you had asked me. So we're going to go ahead and reveal that. 3, 2, 1. It is a 1945 Denver. Look at that. So I think we may need that one. I know the 45 comes out all the time. You see that one a lot. 45 Denver though, Looks like we do need that in the collection, guys. So we have the 45, we need the 45 Denver and the 45S. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in the collection. We just got another one, and that brings us up to 5 into the collection today. Guys, I really thought we would be slowing down at this point in the series, but it's like picking up. I don't know, these boxes are just amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that one down. And we just got our 5th coin into the book today. Hopefully we get even more than that, and we have still about half of the box to go, so let's see what else we can get. Alright, we're about 4 rolls later, and this roll sort of exploded on me, but as it did, I saw this coin right here. This looks like it's gonna be another old wheat penny, guys. Take a look at this one. You just know by looking at the color of that and the way that those wheat ears are worn, that's gotta be an old one, gotta be pre-40s, I'm gonna say. So let's go ahead and flip it over in 3, 2, 1. Oh, guys, 1917, and it's in good shape too. That is even older than the 1919 Denver that we just found. We don't have any of the 1917s now. I know I found one of these before, but it didn't count in this series, and we have one now for the book. 1917 right there. That is super cool. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over to the back side to see if that's gonna count for a key date or a low mintage. I don't think it's going to, though. Pretty much all of the plain dates in that sort of vicinity don't really count for low mintage. I think they made most of their coins in Philadelphia, so generally you're gonna see high mintage numbers coming out of that city than any of the other ones. So we'll go ahead and just check real quick though, just to see if that one's gonna count as a key date or a low mintage. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, coming over to the back here, we'll just check first of all, like we always do, in the low mintage. So 1917S would have been a low mintage, but you don't see the P like I said. And then up here, we don't have any 1917s, so that is just going to be an old coin going into the book. We just got 2 on that very first page of the book, where we only had 1 out of the entire previous 6 boxes, so that's really cool. I'm super excited to see what the rest of these rolls hold. I don't even know what to do with this box, guys. The very next roll, 2nd coin in, we got another wheatback showing here. Super old looking as well. I don't think this is going to be a teens though. It's showing a little bit more detail, and I'm not trusting the color on that, so we'll flip it over and see what it is here. 3, 2, 1. 44D. So that's just a really worn out, sort of a newer one, and we already do have all of the 44s. Although, if you remember, I think this was from the very first episode. I think this is the first wheat penny we found. Really weird looking 44D there, so I think I'm gonna replace the one that we have right now. Let's go ahead and look through the rest of this roll just in case there's anything else in here, because I got a good feeling about this roll, guys. I have a good feeling. There's a Canadian. That's probably a bad luck charm. I don't know. We already have all of those though. That's 1993. And let's see if there's anything else in here. Nope, I don't think so. So that is it for that roll, 1944D, which is going to replace one of the ones that we already have. So we'll go ahead and get on to the next one. Alright, so we are down to just 10 rolls left. It's been about, I think, 7 or 8 rolls since we've actually gotten anything good, but we just got something really good on this roll, and it came out, it's about the 4th coin in. So take a look at this, guys. This is a much older Canadian penny right here. The date came out, date side up, 1940. And they actually flip a little differently than the American coins. You can flip them side to side rather than front and back. That is a King George V. We count those for 10 points on our score sheet if you're using the additional Canadian rules, which we do up here because, you know, I'm in Michigan, I get a ton of Canadian coins, but this is one of my absolute favorite coins to find. Definitely one of the coins that makes it exciting for me coin roll hunting in Michigan, and something you don't see in most of the other states in the United States. A 1940, and actually if you take a look over here, I just recently got a Canadian book so we can start filling this up as well. It's Canadian cents from 1920 to date. They actually only go up through 2012 because they stopped producing the penny in Canada in 2012. And here is the first page here, going from 1920 up to 48, and we do not have the 1940, so that is going to be going into the Canadian book. That is an awesome find right there. Like I said, absolutely love finding these old King George V's. Okay, so just cracked into this roll, and this coin comes out. This isn't one that we need, but it's one that I love to find. Another Canadian relic right here. It is a bird cent, as I like to call them, that 1967 centennial year Canadian penny right there. We count those as 5 points as well, so that's a cool find to see come out. I saw another Canadian in here right here. Guys, it's another one. Look at that. 1951, and that is on the later side of the King George VI. 1951, that's 2 King Georges in a row. It doesn't come up often where you find 2 in a box. Sometimes, you know, I think I average about 1 per box. Sometimes I don't get 1, but we just got 2 and they both came in a row. I do not get them in the 51 or 52 range very often, so I'm gonna have to grab my Canadian book again. I'm almost positive that we don't have that one. I think every single King George VI that we have so far is from the 40s, so that is an awesome coin to find. I don't think I've ever gotten that year before. I'm gonna put that down for a second, and we'll just look through the rest of this roll real quick just to see if there is anything else that we didn't get already. So it would be pretty amazing if we were able to get a wheat penny out of here as well, but doesn't look like we're going to be able to. So that is another awesome coin right there, 1951, and it's in pretty good shape as well. That's a nice looking Canadian coin. So we just filled in 2 Canadians, and they're getting very hard to find at this point. We found most of them, so pretty much only the older ones are left of those as well. But we're going to go ahead and get onto the next roll, and hopefully we find some more. Alright, so the very next roll has what looks to be like a face-up wheat, and I think that this one has probably been in the ground. I saw the 1950, and then it looks like there's a 3 on the end, so 53D. I know that we already have that one in the collection though, but that looks like somebody found that metal detecting and decided to put it back into circulation. Very interesting to find it like that, but definitely a cool find. It counts for 5 points, so we will take it and look through the rest of this roll and see if we can get anything else out of it. There's a 1989. I know I need the 1988 Canadian, so we got very close on that one, but like I say, close, no cigar. We'll see what see if we can get anything else though. There's a 1986. So we basically just go on both sides of it. Sorry about dropping that there. And it doesn't look like there's going to be anything else in this roll though, so we'll go ahead and get on to the next one. We only got about 6 more rolls to go. Okay, so those last 6 rolls went by pretty quick. Not a whole lot to show for it, which is really weird, but there was, in this very last roll, we had one final coin to get out of here. It's a 2009. And it is the Professional Life, and it's also a Philadelphia, so we don't need it, but it does count for 1 point. So since I said 1 point, why don't we go ahead and get into the score for this box? I have a feeling it's going to be very high. All right, everybody, so welcome to the wrap up. So why don't we go ahead and start off with our wheat cents from the 40s and 50s. These were the ones that didn't go into the book today. We got 7 of those, so that's a total of 35 points right there. Coming down to our 2009s, we actually got 5 of those. It was a pretty good box for those. We even got one of these, which is the rarest one. I believe that is the Presidency, and that is, like I said, that's the rarest one. There's only one type that we didn't get. We got 5 of them today, so that's worth 5 times 1 point, which is 5 points. Brings us up to 40. Now coming down here to the additional Canadian score sheet, because we use that here up in Michigan, we got actually 2 young heads, and there are a couple of different dates. I think that one's a 61, and this one's the more common 1964, so that's worth 10 more points. And we also got that bird cent right at the very end, which is going to bring us up 5 more points. Of course, we can't forget the ones that went into the book. That's over here. We got a 1936, 55, 49D, 1919 Denver, 1945 Denver, 1917, then we got those 2 Canadians right at the end. That all totaled together brings us up to 120 points on this box, and I gotta say, anything above 100 points is an amazing box. We killed it today, guys. This was an awesome box, really fun. I want to just go ahead and flip through the book real quick to show you how the progress is going. Like I said, we got 2 new coins on this page today, the 1917 and the 1919 Denver, and so we'll go ahead and flip through the rest of these pages. I don't think we got any on that page. We did get this 1936 today, and then flipping through here we got a couple of other wheats. Nothing modern for today though, and as you can see, we still have a few holes that we need to fill. These are all going to get filled in the next episode. I do have those ready to go. We just need to do a little educational explaining on that one. Same thing here with the 1970 S's. And then of course that one that we're still missing. Gotta always weigh your coins while you're coin roll hunting, and get that 2018 and a couple of the 2009s, which I am still missing out on, which is why I was happy that we got a lot today, but none of them were Denver, so it didn't really work out in our favor. Just one last quick reminder, if you want to get one of these coin roll hunting placemats for yourself, you can head on over to quinscoins.com, and you can find links in the description and also at the end of this video. It'll take you there and you can purchase these for yourself to aid you in your own penny roll hunting. Of course, with that being said, my name is Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one.